Today on CTV News at 5, the Kitchener Rangers advance to the Memorial Cup final undefeated. The Blue Shirts make history as they look to bring home their third national title in franchise history. Plus, from the firework fiasco over the May-long weekend to the latest on road safety this spring, we sit down with Waterloo Regional Police Chief Mark Kroll. And a cooling center set to close. Why Guelph City Hall will no longer be used as emergency overnight shelter space. CTV News at 5 starts right now. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here with us. With a win over the QMJHL champions, the Kitchener Rangers have punched their ticket to the Memorial Cup final. The final score last night, 3-2. It was Kitchener's third round-robin game of the tournament. They had won the first two and continued that streak last night with the 3-2 victory over Chicoutimi. The Rangers will now wait to see who they will play in the final game Sunday. One thing Kitchener fans will be watching for, though, is if Christian Humphreys will play. Humphreys left last night's matchup and did not return after Chicoutimi defenseman Jordan Tourigny brought his left skate down 3 times on the foot of Humphreys.
Well, that's a cowardless play. Stomping with the skate, that's not tough hockey. That's coward hockey. That's not in our values. If someone does that, that's the cheapest thing what you can do in hockey.
This afternoon, the CHL announced Tourigny has been suspended for the rest of the tournament. And the Rangers Memorial Cup run isn't just uniting hockey fans. It's also bringing hope, heart, and some very unexpected supporters along for the ride. One of them is Harrison Yashi, a young hockey player battling an aggressive form of brain cancer. The team has rallied around Harrison throughout the season, and this week he made the trip to Kelowna to cheer them on in person. The young fan has also formed close connections with several players during this playoff run.
It's meant the world to us. My children are my whole world. To see one of them go through something like Harrison has, and thousands of people standing behind him, it's given him power and strength, and it's helping him heal.
At 6, CTV's Spencer Turcotte has more on how this Rangers team will roll on to Sunday into the Memorial Cup final. And we'll take our first check on the forecast. Ash, great to see the Rangers win last night.
Man.
I know a lot of people have been excited for this.
You know, it was so beautiful out last night. I sat on my patio until 9 p.m. and then it was inside to watch the first part of the game.
So the later game start has been working for us, but a reminder, of course, Sunday is going to be a little bit earlier. So we'll have to see how the weather is then.
I mean, they get a nice break to relax and rest and get ready up for it. And, you know, it's going to be a nice weekend out, too. So get out and enjoy it. And it's nice today, Leanne. What a beautiful day. Let's take a look from at our satellite right now. You can see there's not a lot going on. We have a bit of cloud cover. We did see some darker clouds earlier this afternoon, but no real rain falling or anything of that nature. Right now we're sitting at 24 degrees, a northwest wind at 22 kilometers an hour. And as we take a little look at what's happening around the region, not bad. Temperatures right around the mid-20s for the most part. Sarnia sitting at 16, so a little cooler out there. But let's take a look outside the area of Hespeler in Cambridge to see what it looks like out there right now. What a beautiful shot. Dave Pettit, our camera operator, bringing us this afternoon. Perfect night for another afternoon walk.
Yeah, I love this stretch we've gotten into. Pretty happy about it. Okay, we'll take a quick break. We'll tell you what you need to know. The Grand River Film Festival is hosting a free screening tonight at the University of Waterloo from 7 till 8:30 p.m. It'll include 8 short films by local producers. Stay with us.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. ctvkitchener.ca, your home for news.
A large housing application has been shut down by the city of Cambridge. A developer is looking to build nearly 4,000 homes on a large parcel of land between Hespeler and Chilligo Road. According to the staff report, the application was incomplete and missing key information. Many on City Council are concerned the developers can now seek approval from the Ontario Land Tribunal. Mayor Jan Liggett says it's very likely this will happen.
The only way that it could be not go to an OLT is if they remove their application and they've collaborated properly, the way we have been expecting them to do. But they are saying that they are not willing to do that. So that tells you the mindset already.
No word yet on what's next for the developer. CTV's Jeff Pickle will dive more into that tonight at 6. An indoor ice rink built on private farmland in Woolwich is in the public eye after receiving a rubber stamp from the township despite not having the proper zoning or building permits. The 19,000 square foot facility was built before the owners applied for a zoning amendment and after Woolwich staff told the owners the building wouldn't be allowed under agricultural zoning. While the zoning bylaw was eventually approved by council, some members say it sets a precedent that could impact future projects.
I was largely concerned with the precedent we're setting as well as the message that we're sending to residents, which in my mind is that, you know, you can build what you want without a permit or without kind of following the proper procedure. And if you happen to get caught along the way, you can then ask for either permission or forgiveness for doing that. And I feel that fundamentally it's a matter of fairness.
At 6, CTV's Alexandra Hollick will break down council's decision and have more on the concerns raised. Waterloo Regional Police are investigating 3 break-and-enters that took place at retirement communities in Wilmot Township. Police have released this photo of a person they want to identify and speak to. They say there were 3 break-ins between May 5th and 19th, one on Full Street in Baden and 2 separate incidents on Herbs Road in St. Agatha. Police say in all cases, the thief or thieves entered a rear door and stole jewelry along with other items. Waterloo Regional Police Chief Mark Kroll joins us in studio for this month's Chief Chat. Great to have you back as always.
Thanks, Leanne.
Okay, let's start with the Victoria Day long weekend. Anything but quiet in downtown Kitchener, of course. We saw video that was shared with CTV News showing hundreds of people in the streets, large crowds gathering. Can you start by talking about the complaints that were filed and the charges laid?
Yeah, in the downtown Kitchener area and throughout Victoria Park, we had numerous complaints about noise, firearm being discharged throughout that area, and also some Liquor License Act complaints as well. So we were prepared. We've learned from previous years to mobilize with our emergency service partners, with City of Kitchener bylaw, and we saw the crowds mounting over the evening hours, and by about 9 o'clock the joint decision was made to close the park, and that caused a dispersion of people into the downtown Kitchener area. So we did see some concerning behavior with fireworks discharged involving one that struck a police officer and a bylaw officer, and that investigation is continuing, and also a young person who was charged with numerous offenses related to fireworks as well.
And we've seen a few types of events like this over long weekends or during holidays. Involving youth, which can of course be concerning. Can you talk about the effort to stop these types of incidents from happening?
So we have invested in significant time and attention to the planning for these events, learning from our local events, but we're also charting this right across North America, where we've seen youth takeover type of events in public spaces, public events. And so there's significant planning that goes into the deployment of our members as well, those who are visible in uniform and also in an undercover capacity. So we saw similar occurrences right across GTA and across North America for recent events, and we're doing our best to educate, to enforce when necessary, and to prepare our community. We want everyone to safely gather, to celebrate, and to enjoy these public spaces as much as possible.
Certainly. Okay, let's switch gears. Let's talk about the latest on a shooting investigation in South Kitchener where shots were fired at a home. Can you give us an update on that on Dune Village Road?
Yeah, this is from last week, so May 21st around 3 a.m., Dune Village Road. We responded just after 3 a.m. to report of shots fired. We've seen the video footage of an individual exiting a vehicle, shooting rounds into the home and to the vehicle, and we've released that description, and we're continuing the investigation with our General Investigations Unit and our Forensic Identification Unit. So that investigation is ongoing. We are appealing to the public to provide any information or video footage or any information that might be helpful in the investigation. This is the 4th shooting incident in 2026, and we've been very vigilant in our approach to crime suppression involving firearms. So last year we had 18 total shootings, an average about 21 over the past number of years. So firearms-related offenses remains our top concern, and we're appealing to anyone to contact ourselves or Crime Stoppers.
Okay. Let's also talk about road safety, especially as the weather warms up, more motorcyclists are out on the road. We know there was a pair of very serious collisions last week in Waterloo region that sent 2 motorcyclists to hospital. OPP have indicated so far this year there's been 6 fatal crashes involving motorcycles on OPP patrolled roads. Can you talk about road safety when it comes to motorcycles, but also for drivers to beware as well?
Yeah, this is an all-of-community approach to road safety and our Vision Zero to reduce serious injury collisions and fatal collisions. So we last year tragically had 20 fatalities on our roadways. Some are our rural stretches of road and within the urban environment as well. So you mentioned motorcycles, but also looking at different forms of active transportation, bicycles, scooters, all of those forms, that make the busyness a lot to manage for everybody. So we are appealing to everyone to pay attention, to reduce the volume within your vehicle, to be careful and checking when making lane changes for those forms of active transportation. And we are out there in enforcement capacity. The top offenses for us are speeding and aggressive driving, distracted driving, seatbelt use, and impaired driving. So we will continue to work with the OPP and all of our partners to try to be vigilant and aware of our responsibility, but we need people to slow down and to pay attention to those active users.
Yeah, it's great to keep top of mind, especially as we head into these spring and summer months as well. Chief Kroll, thanks so much.
Thanks, Leanne.
What a gorgeous week it has been here in Waterloo region. Ash, when we stepped outside this afternoon, though, noticed a little bit of cloud cover, temperatures kind of falling a little bit, but then you saw the sunshine really move back in late afternoon.
Yeah, we did get a little surprise dark cloud, but nothing really falling over the region. I think it was just a Mother Nature's tease that rain could come at any time.
Yeah, because we've got that heat and humidity building.
Of course, and then we're going to continue to have sunny days over the next few days, so that should lead to some precipitation at some point. But overall, conditions pretty favorable to end May this way.
Yeah, no kidding. I know you were outside last evening through Uptown Waterloo bringing us the forecast, and what a perfect week it is for it.
It was a good way to start my work week. I was a day late this week, but it was a good way to start my week. It was beautiful out there, and you know what? Still quite beautiful. Let's take a look out from Cambridge this afternoon, and it is another stunner day. We do have a bit of cloud cover out there, but as you can see, that sun trying to peek back through over those clouds over the next few hours as we get into our sunset, but conditions remaining calm with wind, no precipitation, and very enjoyable for an evening out. As we take a look at our futurecast, we're going to see a lot of clear skies over the next few days, but there is a slight chance for some precipitation coming up a little later in the week. But we are seeing pretty clear skies right now. Some overcast is expected through the overnight hours, and then Thursday things really clear up quite a bit for most of the day. Now, as we get into the weekend, we might have a chance for a light precipitation, but right now not too bad as we get through what's happening across the country. Well, we skipped the west coast, but I can tell you it is warm on the west coast, about 29 through the prairie provinces in Saskatoon, 30 in Regina, 27 in Winnipeg, and 20 in Thompson. So very warm, very summer-like conditions being felt right across the country. As we move further east towards our nation's capital, 23 in Ottawa as well as Montreal, 19 in Quebec, even 18 up in Thunder Bay with nothing but sunshine. So very sunny day across Ontario and Quebec. And as we move to the east coast, a little bit cloudier, temperatures a little cooler there. 4 in St. John's with the sun peeking through. Fredericton's getting a bit of rain this hour, and 16. So things looking pretty good though across the country. Here in southwestern Ontario, we're sitting at 23 degrees for Waterloo Region, London and Windsor, 17 in Sarnia, 20 for Mount Forest and Barrie. So not too bad. Very comfortable out there. Overnight temperatures really not dipping too far. We're only expected to go down to 10 degrees, partly cloudy conditions, and around a northerly wind around 20 kilometers an hour. Now that wind will last into your Thursday, but check out the temperatures rising right back up to 22 degrees with nothing but sunshine. Such a good day ahead as well. As we get into our almanac, records were set back in 1930, minus 1.7. So 10 degrees by comparison tonight. Very, very nice. And in 1987, 30 degrees was reached for our daytime high. So not quite that warm, but still, I'll take 26 all day long. First at 5 forecast for Waterloo Region, mainly sunny conditions and 22 for your Thursday. A slight chance for showers on Friday and 21, but check out the weekend. Sunny and 19 for both Saturday and Sunday. So Leanne, things are keeping bright over the next few days.
Perfect conditions, Ash. I'm sure many people will be getting outside and soaking up all that sunshine. And with those warmer conditions on the horizon, many vulnerable people turn to cooling centers to beat the heat. The lobby of Guelph City Hall was often used as one of those spaces, but the city says it can't keep operating due to costs and concerns. The space was first offered during the pandemic when extreme heat or cold weather warnings were issued. Well, lately, they've seen a significant increase in visitors who will now be redirected to Stepping Stone, which operates the area's adult shelter spaces. The city says they can't continue to use the lobby as a cooling center due to property like washrooms being damaged and inappropriate behavior.
There was a lot of drug use, there was a lot of violence, sexual and intimacy issues, which I will not get into, and our staffing were not prepared for those things, along with damage to City Hall. So the city staff have now made the right call, in my opinion, that we are not going to offer this space.
The lobby will remain open to the public during City Hall's operating hours. Here's what's trending. The Montreal Canadiens are looking for a bounce back at home tonight after a tough Game 3 loss to the Carolina Hurricanes. The Habs are now down 2-1 in the series.
Taves control of the puck. Svechnikov, cross ice, Jarvis. Back out, shot by Svechnikov. Score!
The Canadiens have been shut down by the Hurricanes defense in back-to-back overtime losses, their first two-game losing streak of the postseason. While the game will be played at home in Montreal, the Habs haven't really had much of an advantage there, losing 5 of 7 games at the Bell Centre. And Bruno Mars is set to hit the stage at Rogers Stadium again tonight for the second of 5 shows he'll be playing in Toronto. While fans are expected to flock to the venue, those who live and work in the area are expressing concern about the noise, saying you could hear music from Sunday night's sold-out performance several kilometers away. Last year, which was the first year concerts were held at the new venue, people lodged noise and traffic complaints, and many were anxious about what to expect this year. Last year, Rogers Stadium hosted 14 concerts. This year, there will be 20. Bruno Mars will be performing again tonight, right through to Sunday. Still ahead on CTV News at 5, a glowing streak across the horizon. We'll tell you where a potential meteor lit up the Canadian sky after the break. And here's what you need to know. The Kitchener Panthers will be back in action tomorrow on their home field. You can head to Jack Couch Park as they face off against the London Majors. First pitch, 7:05 p.m. Here's the final 5 stories we're keeping an eye on today. CAA is warning drivers about an increase in distraction thefts. It says criminals are targeting drivers using a mix of distraction tactics and high-tech tools. Schemes often involve criminals approaching drivers who have parked in public spaces, like parking lots or shopping centers, and using electronic devices to capture their key fob signals. The scheme requires the key fob to be within range of the car it's connected to. CAA is reminding people to park in well-lit and busy areas, be wary of anyone who approaches, and to store key fobs in pouches that block signals. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business is calling on Ottawa to provide more tax relief for small businesses. The CFIB wants Ottawa to lower its rate from 9% to 6% and raise the $500,000 small business threshold to keep pace with inflation. Ontario is among a handful of provinces who have announced plans to significantly reduce their small business rates. The CFIB says Parliament's Industry Committee has already recommended it be raised to $1 million to enhance Canada's productivity. A unique training exercise in a rural community just west of Hamilton is putting first responders to the test. From horses trapped in mud to large animals injured in crash scenarios. First responders were pushed into high-risk simulations designed to prepare them for real emergencies in the field. Organizers say it's the kind of training that can make all the difference when seconds matter and animals are in distress.
We want to help that animal. And we can sometimes put ourselves in harm's way doing it without the proper training. You can either put yourself at risk or first responders that are coming to assist the animal. So what we're teaching today is we're looking at best practices for both the well-being and safety of the animal, but also the people involved.
Organizers say it's realistic training aimed at preparing crews for high-stakes calls. CTV's Hannah Schmidt will take us inside the training coming up tonight at 6. Celebrating the opening of a new facility, Sunbeam Community and Development Services' newest site on Fairmount Road is officially open. The space will help address the growing demand for specialized services and help individuals with developmental disabilities transition from hospital care back into their community. The province invested nearly $2 million to help bring the space to life.
The full cast audio editions. Listen on Audible.
Finally for us, a rare and spectacular sighting in the GTA early this morning where what appeared to be a meteor light up the sky. This sighting was captured on dash cam from a community just north of the downtown core. Meteors are streaks of light that appear when a space rock or meteorite enters the Earth's atmosphere and burns up at a high speed. Now, what a sight that would be to capture on your way to or home from work. All right, we'll leave it there. We're back at the top of the hour. Tony Grace will be back with your next local news at 6. Good night.